Coming up, could today's liquor license suspension for one Fargo bar lead to others?
The prosecution wasting no time releasing dramatic visual evidence in the case against the man accused of killing Cody Holte.
Plus, a Valley News Live investigation. We look into the calls for changes to crash testing and what it means for women's safety. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
Some Fargo City commissioners are saying not enough has been done when it comes to problems at a local bar.
This comes after the liquor license for the Troubled Africa nightclub was suspended. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling joins us live in the newsroom to break down what happened today. Aaron?
Well, Stacy, Fargo's police chief says they're constantly tied up at the Africa nightclub, and the issues nearly date back to when it first opened, from late August 2019 to when a club employee, Dominique McNair, was shot and killed in May of this year. There has been as many as 76 calls for law enforcement to the club. Now today, while city commissioners decided to suspend the liquor license for the nightclub, there is still a lot of tension between them on why it wasn't taken any further and revoked completely. City Commissioner Arlette Preston is in the camp that there should have been harsher punishment levied against the club.
So I would hope that we would have a conversation, whether it's now or later, about revocation. I do believe that all of the problems we're seeing here cannot be solved in a period of time in the near future. And I would hate to see this place open up again.
Well, that's not the only issue commissioners brought up during today's decision. Commissioner Tony Garrick is wondering why they are just looking into the Africa nightclub when he says other establishments are having the same sort of problems.
I think that's valid, and I think that there's other bars in our community that need to be looked at as well, and we know who those are, and we know what they are. I see here fights, I see here underage drinking, I see here a homicide with a gun. There's another bar in town that has had the exact same record over the exact same time period, and no one wants to say its name.
Well, Commissioner John Strand adds this could have been all avoided if they had listened to the warning signs many months ago.
Maybe we had some signals that there were problems coming our way. And maybe, however, going forward, we should pay more attention to those signals and really back up for the moment and reevaluate the concerns that are present. Because this might have all been nipped in the bud if we had not allowed this license back when people were questioning it being allowed.
Well, the club's liquor license is suspended for the next 60 days, and their new general manager, as of today, who was formerly their attorney, he says that they have plans to turn things around. Stacy?
Thanks, Aaron. Last night, a man who at that time said he was the general manager of the club told us the license suspension stems from race issues. Tonight, we're told that man is no longer employed by the nightclub.
Told. Bearcat. Central 17, second fire to Bearcat.
That was some of the evidence presented to a jury today as the trial of Solomon Pendleton began. He's accused of murdering Grand Forks police officer Cody Holte and his own mother last May. The body cam footage showed numerous gunshots were fired from inside the apartment building, striking the vehicle that law enforcement were next to outside. Prosecutors opened the trial today, asking the jury to hold Pendleton accountable.
I will ask you, when I stand up in closing argument, that you find the defendant guilty of all charges, that you hold him accountable for his actions on May 27th of 2020, his fatal actions.
The trial is set to continue tomorrow morning at 8:30. Stay with Valley News Live for updates. The two men involved in a shooting in Sargent County are speaking out tonight, one saying he's lucky to be alive after his driver's seat headrest stopped a bullet just inches from his head, while the other says he only fired his gun to save his life. 68-year-old Gerald Dill is accused of firing that shot Monday night at a location west of Gwinner and is now charged with attempted murder and reckless endangerment.
He wanted me dead. He wanted me dead as could be. He wanted to shoot me point blank in the head. He wanted my brain matter on his body. That's what I feel.
When someone tries to run over me in my driveway, I will stand my ground.
But you weren't trying to kill him?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Deal is out on $50,000 bond tonight.
Altru Health System is seeking to expand in Devil's Lake, and they're asking the community for input. They sent letters to residents saying the future of local health care in Devil's Lake is at risk. Today, Altru reps confirmed there are discussions that could potentially lead to Altru managing or purchasing CHI St. Alexius Hospital.
The future of the hospital is imperative to the success of Devil's Lake's healthcare and their economy. And we really believe that the Devil's Lake community would be best served by local North Dakota ownership.
Meanwhile, after a significant halt in construction, completion on Altru's new hospital in Grand Forks is now pushed back to 2024. North Dakotans can now access their COVID-19 test results in a new way. The state health and IT departments partnered to create what they're calling a citizen portal, giving you the option to view, download, and print your results from a single location after you sign up for a login.
We're limited by time of day and a number of days in the week. So for those people who are comfortable with using web tools, it's a lot more convenient for them.
The portal only shows results from local public health units and state-sponsored testing events.
The state of Minnesota is ready to help its residents as they continue to live through the pandemic. Governor Tim Walz signing the state's COVID-19 recovery budget into law today. The budget allocates relief funds for small businesses affected by the pandemic and makes investments in economic development through statewide grants.
A week ago, no, that's not the case. A week ago, I asked and put forward the August 1st. The response was, nope, it has to be the 1st of July. So I worked to find a 1st of July fix, and that's what we told them. So sometimes a win is a win, and you just take it. And then this one, I'm just glad about. It was about doing what's right for Minnesota.
Now, the budget also puts aside over $1 billion in education funding over the next 4 years, including new focuses on mental health and suicide prevention. Minnesota reported its 200th traffic death for the year today. That's the earliest date to reach that mark since 2009. 202 people have died on the road since January 1st. That compares to 148 at this time a year ago. The fatalities include 142 motor vehicle occupants, 25 motorcyclists, 23 pedestrians, and 3 bicyclists. Preliminary information show 80 speed-related deaths, 40 unbelted motorist deaths, and 45 alcohol-related deaths, and 5 distracted driving deaths.
Auto sales are on the rise despite the global shortage of computer chips. Compared to this time last year, GM is reporting a 40% jump in sales. Toyota sales are up a whopping 73%, and sales could have been even higher as car makers continue to struggle to find computer chips to meet demand. Those conditions are driving up car prices while limiting sales. The U.S. budget deficit is expected to hit $3 trillion this year. Officials say it's due to unprecedented federal spending in response to the pandemic. If that prediction is right, that would put 2021's deficit at triple the shortfall of 2019. 2020's deficit was more than $3 trillion, a record because of massive relief aid and a huge decrease in economic activity.
Nevada Highway Patrol releasing this video. Now watch closely as the vehicle hydroplanes after a recent rainstorm there. Luckily, the driver and passenger walked away from that crash with minimal injuries. The Highway Patrol adding a message asking drivers to slow down in these wet roadway conditions.
Still ahead tonight, car manufacturers tend to leave women out of the equation when doing crash tests. Our investigative team takes a look at how lawmakers are looking to change that.
And stick around. Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson is back to clue you in on the heat that we're going to be dealing with tomorrow.